Welcome, welcome, everyone. Grand Rising. Grand Wyatt Rising. Hello. Grand Rising. Grand day, everyone. Just want to thank you all for being here. I know we're waiting for some more people to come in and join us. So I want to say hello, allies, networkers, travelers, good trolls, and those who want to be informed. Welcome. Thank you all so much for coming. I have a grand pack kind of show for you today. If you are not aware, today marks the 2nd year anniversary of George Floyd being murdered on the streets of Minneapolis by former police officer Derek Chauvin. So let's go ahead and just begin. And again, welcome everyone. I don't have a chance really to say hello to everyone individually, but I want you all to be part of the conversation. I'm going to read a news article for you guys, and then I'm going to play some video. Some of the newer subscribers here don't know how connected I am to this this event that happened, and it was overwhelming all across the world. People all across the world. So let me just go ahead and read this news article for you. Happened May 25th, 2020. And it was a hot night, Memorial Day, May 25th, a day that would change the world as Floyd took his last breaths under the knee of Officer Derek Chauvin. People in the crowd were filming. In the days that followed George Floyd's death, the 4 officers involved in his arrest, Derek Chauvin, were Derek Chauvin, Tou Thao, J. Alexander King, and Thomas Lane. They were all relieved of their duties in their position as Minneapolis police officers and later charged with the crime related to George Floyd's death on both the state and federal level. Okay, on June 25th, 2020, former MPD officer Derek Chauvin was found guilty on all 3 state counts. He was charged with second-degree manslaughter, second-degree murder, and third-degree murder. He is also currently serving a 22.5-year sentence in a Minnesota's only maximum security prison in Oakland Park Heights. Okay. And it's really quite interesting because today, let's kind of fast forward because some of you are familiar with the George Floyd case and what happened. But today, President Biden, he issued a federal policing order on the second anniversary of George Floyd's murder. The New York Times reports, and he did that today. And I can't really tell you what's going on right now in Minneapolis at this point. But so there is some. Let me close this out because this is actually kind of it's bothering me a little bit. So today, George Biden signed a policing mandate on the federal level. And this is on the 2nd year anniversary of George Floyd's murder. Joe Biden. 1 second, you guys. Correction. Sorry, you guys. I'm actually, I have some film that I want to show you guys, and then I have to sneeze. Bear with me. Thank you so much for your patience. Thank you again, everyone who's coming through. But we'll, play some film for you. And, I'll kind of get into a little bit of my history. I live 3 blocks away from where that happened, right? In Minneapolis. I'm not currently there today, but that's another conversation for a different time. But I just want to show you guys some film that I took a few days after May 25th of 2020. I'm going to go ahead and kind of get this set up for you guys. And let me make sure I can do this correctly here. And then what we'll do is we'll watch. I may talk over some parts where there's not a speaker talking. And then after that, we can go ahead and open the panel up for questions. Any questions you have, or even to broach the question that I have, has justice been served in regards to George Floyd, and also for the millions of Black men in America, and also abroad as well. But more so, we'll focus on the United States here. All right, so let me go ahead and share my screen here. We'll go to that one, share, and then we'll play. That's right. That's right, 38 Floyd.
We're looking to get the whole Chicago Avenue, not just here, but we want the whole thing. And we want to go to George Floyd Avenue. Same thing. Same thing. Same thing. I've also been informed that this is a Justice, Peace, and Love program. The name of this program today is called The Witness. The reason why they named it that is because you all have eyeballs. Just like those witnesses witnessed George Floyd get killed, all of our eyes witnessed that. So what you're going to see today, what all of us are going to see today, we all are going to be witness to greatness. Say witness. 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 I know we ain't had our coffee. Let's get it louder in there. Witness. 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 I'll be brief. I had somebody tell me yesterday. You're awesome at what you do. Keep bringing the energy.
What'd you say?
She said, do what you do. Keep bringing the energy. And I said, what do you mean by that? We were standing right over there. Bring the energy. I looked at her and I said, what energy are you talking about? You know, hyping up the crowd and all that. I love what you're doing. I'm not going to repeat what I said, but I will tell you what I meant. I looked at this woman and I said, baby, I've been bringing energy for a long time, but there's no energy like black energy. And the black energy I had to live with every day, being racially profiled, being talked down, having less qualified people get positions I earned.
Right. Yep.
Being told I'm less than, not good enough, not healthy enough, not right enough, too aggressive.
Right. Yeah.
Too black, too strong, too cocky, all because I have a self-esteem. So if that's the energy you're talking about, you got the wrong read on me.
Right.
I am a proud citizen of the United States of America, and there ain't no better energy than that. So if you think I'm here to just talk gimmicks, games, and commentary, this ain't that. Raising $2,000 to pay somebody's rent right there in their apartment is not energy. That's responsibility. Being up on the stage, talking to y'all is not energy. It's a responsibility. I am not dumb to the facts. Put your black fist for a reminder. Fist up for a reminder. Say his name. Say his name. Say his name. And I had that comment on my heart all night. Y'all help me heal my heart right now. Thank you. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I wanted to curse her out. I wanted to give her all the negative energy, and she was a white lady too. What I did was I respected her as an American, and I educated her.
Right.
And when you educate, you can duplicate. And because I educated her, guess what happened? We just duplicated.
Right.
So instead of me having to reach one, I reached all y'all. But it's not for me. Say his name. Say his name. Point at that image. Everyone, hands up, point. Let's not forget why we are here, friends. We are right here with it. Say his name. Say his name. Come over here, fam. Come point at this photo. Come on, point at it. Do you see how easy it is to be unified as one unit? How easy is that? Wow. So why is it that we have to ask for permission to lead and live? We should not have to do that. So say his name. Say his name. Yes, sir. I just want y'all to know, and everybody turn to me now, take a picture of this one. This is my boy, Teddy George. The reason why I got Teddy George up here, and I don't know who gave him to me, but I take him to work with me. I take him everywhere with me. He's even in my trucks with me. What's on his face? Somebody say it. What's on his face?
American flag.
What's on his face?
American flag.
How is it that animals get more treated rights than we do?
What?
Yep. How is it that these animals get more American respect than me? No more. I love Peter, and if you're here, I'm with you. Leave Michael Vick alone. We got way.
You play too much. Why you do that?
I mean, you never laugh at it though. Are we getting ourselves? Why are we mad about Colin Kaepernick taking an knee when we didn't have a problem with that cop putting one on his neck?
Got him. Got him.
Can anyone give me a logical answer? I would gladly. If you give me a justifiable answer to that, I have $1,000 in my pocket. For the one person that can come up here and explain to all of us. I know what you think. I'm not worried about it. Can I do it? You know why? Because what's his name? What's his name? What's his name? You are at the witness. I need 50 people. Come stand here. I need 50 men.
What about women?
Now, I'm not giving you the misogyny. If you don't come over here and you willing to come help us back, hey, no. If that's the case, you come first. I need y'all to come follow this sister right here and this young man. Get over here, baby. You said, what about women? No problem. I'll put you in the front with them. Ladies, make some noise for her. I need y'all to come over here to this lady. I need anyone. Follow them right now. If you got your fist up, run it.
Hey everybody, my name is Devin. I
think
just
he
want
was
to
trying to make a
real quick
point.
about everything that's going on in this world right now.
People don't understand that.
We live in an epidemic. Virus killing people. Officers are illegal. Doing stuff illegal. Will see me as an equal. They won't let me breathe. Why is the world legal? I can't even exercise without being crucified. Can somebody tell me why? My skin is not a threat. You shouldn't feel unsafe. You shouldn't feel afraid. I don't want to see another brother in the grave. Seeing lots of protests, but I'm never seeing change. Let's believe I'm mad. I'm making filled with rage. I'm no longer feeling safe. It's time to rise up. I'm done being scared, man. I really had enough. Men are on display, but nobody's doing nothing. They will never listen to our pleas and our cries. We really had enough. This time we're gonna fight. This time we're gonna rise. Taking back our dignity, we're gonna rise up. For my people, I'll bleed. I'll take a bullet. I'm tired of police brutality. I'll blame the system. Protecting our communities. Rest in peace. To all the souls that we lost, gone too soon. Eric Garner, Floyd, the list goes on. Innocent black men dying young. Meanwhile, the killers are roaming free. Is that what you mean by land of the free? Is that what you mean by home of the brave? Because what I'm seeing right now is cowardly. You should be ashamed, Lady Liberty. Until we get justice, we will take a knee. Until we get justice, we will raise our fists. Gotta get rid of white supremacists. You see, the system was never made for us. Benefits you what oppresses me. For 400 years, always looked down upon by society. And that's always been the reality. We built this country, yet we're still minorities. Expected to serve the majority. And that is the reason why people are rioting, can't even trust the authority. America has always been a tale of two cities. One has privilege and one does not. My best friend is white, he's born with privilege. But me, I'm not. The world sees me different. He don't gotta worry about it being a target, but I do, because of my skin pigment. And that's the problem with the world we live in. And that's the problem with the world I live in. I'm praying for some change, but right now it's not enough. We gotta find a solution. This is a marathon. This is a revolution. Bigger than any movement. We will make sure that they hear us. We're breaking down the system. We did not come to play. We're gonna get reforms. We mean serious business. Until they give us what we want, no, we will not be finished. No, we will not be finished. No, we will not be finished.
Great.
And I'm just gonna mute this here. Hopefully, you guys, yeah, you can hear me. You should be able to hear me. I'm just gonna mute it so I can let you guys know what I saw. A lot of news coverage going on at that time. This was right after, and they named it George Floyd Square, as you can see around. So leading up right after May 25th of 2020, this was the atmosphere. You see a lot of people coming together for something so senseless that happened. People of all races, creeds, cultures, even the Somali community where they came out. They had something, and there's a church right there. And everyone came out. Everything was 100% free. They were just giving a lot of things away. And if you guys remember, this was, beginning of the, pandemic. And so there were a lot of people coming together. And I'm just, want to share some of this coverage with you just so you guys can see the atmosphere of what was going on during that time. This is back in 2020. Looks a little bit different now. Of course, it's a through street. Everything was blocked off for months, actually. And I'm just showing some of the chalk and a lot of the different murals and the businesses. And, a lot of the different people. And if you guys do have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Again, after we're finished with some of the coverage, I will open the floor up so that people can ask questions or, give us, your thoughts, share even where you were at the time, maybe, and, how you felt. I remember during this time, when I went back home, turning on, the news and seeing people in Iraq seeing people in Italy, seeing people in Saudi Arabia, in China, you know, with solidarity from what happened right here to George Floyd. A lot of things were definitely happening. A lot of events happening. The family was out there. Nick Cannon, he came out there, and unfortunately, I received a call right when I was filming Nick Cannon, so I lost that footage, unfortunately. Otherwise, that video probably would have received tons of views, but views is not really even important right now. Important is just, you know, sharing, you know, the climate of what was going on in the community during that time after May 25th. And again, today marks the 2nd year anniversary of the murder of George Floyd. All of the officers are currently behind bars, and they've been convicted, which is a good thing. But again, my question is, has justice been served? Today, Biden, you know, signed a federal mandate for policing, requiring all of policing at the federal level, not just at the state level in Minneapolis, right, or Minnesota. They requiring all police officers to wear body cameras, to not um, to not show deadly force, and unless needed, etc. So, I mean, there's a lot of things going on today. I actually wish I was there because I know that there's a lot of stuff going on in Minneapolis right now. Um, so, yeah, I mean, this is some of the coverage. Let me actually go to the other video to see, because I want you guys to see some of the murals they're still out there. Really good stuff. I was picking up some food. I was being greedy, but I mean, I was out there all day and it was absolutely hot. Like it was almost 90 degrees out there, and just walking around, just kind of filming a lot of things. And this is another, and this is actually still there. You'll see it in a moment, or you should be able to see it, depending on where I'm walking. But bear with me. Kind of want to show you guys some footage. Let me see if there's a speaker talking.
So that accidents like these don't happen. And when you yield to the devils that are having the process, we are remembering our Georgia spirit did not get yielded to. This is a terrible event that we fell upon Minnesota, the city of Minneapolis. This should never have happened. But the fact that it happened, it's a window for learning. It's a teachable moment. I think that's the most amazing place that we benefit from. And generations that will follow us will know how it is to treat others with fairness.
Literally fire.
And it's a wonderful position.
Oh, Mahalia, thank you so much for doing
All your
this.
representatives,
Yeah, I got you to North Central University. But L'Oreal, I mean, I probably wouldn't be able to get in.
celebrate the start memorial service. But you have heard what I have said, and I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. And let's keep a positive spirit. Don't talk to each other. Talk with each other.
Started from 1 to 3 p.m. at Central Standard Time for anyone in the East West Coast Mountain Time range.
All right, y'all, we got 3 minutes to go.
But
We got it?
yeah,
Live feed?
we'll
Yep.
see you guys later.
Audio. All right, y'all. I suggest y'all come over here to the stage because we're about to have.
Sorry, guys. That was one video. I will show you the next one here, and then we can go ahead and kind of get into the discussion if anyone has anything to add to the conversation here. So bear with me. There we go. And that's the store, Cup Foods. That's where allegedly George Floyd brought in a counterfeit $20 bill. And this is the exact place of where that happened. And then I'll go ahead and continue. So
That's what the people came and cleaned up under the record. Okay? And I think that most of that is mom and pop shops that immigrants that do not have insurance, that just have a hope. Okay? All right, but you help them clean up. All right? Mr. Floyd here, he said, you know, I'm not. And the man pressed on. He said, I couldn't breathe. That's why I got this oil here. How does it feel to breathe this oil? Can you smell it? That's the sin world peace. That's what we're going to take what that evil poison was. We're going to turn it to medicine for all the nations to heal. Okay? And so we're going to come together on June 16th. We are going to celebrate tonight. All nations, all the world.
This man's got to be like 6'7" or something. He's tall as hell.
Not just now, forever. So every time we say peace, we remember him. Because you know what? We're getting the peace that he wished he would have had. And it's our responsibility to hold on to that peace. Now, what we're going to do is this. I have 2,000 bulbs. They accuse him of taking a $20 bill. I have, within the International Gateway, there's between Pleasant and Grand. I'm going to till it, and we're going to put black dirt there, and I have 2,000 bulbs. And each person that gets a bulb, that's a commitment of $20 a year for life. And it's going to go to Mr. Floyd and his wife and his child. Okay, 20 times 2,000 is $40,000 a year. That could be what? Down payment, college tuition, a business. So that's my commitment for bulbs in the land. I just looking for 2,000 people that can commit $20 for their life, for this man's life. Because it was $20 that he thought that was the reason. He said, I got $20, so I got a reason to get you now. Now we have a reason to give his wife $20 a year for the rest of life. And every time you pass that spot on the greenway, you'll always remember that you sold into world peace. That's what you redeemed. Okay? Now the second thing is this. For the businesses that are there on Lake Street, we are doing our best to gather 300 to 500 supplements for $37,000 each. Okay? I don't know how we do it. God is our supply. Providing nation, only supply abundance. You know, freedom, all things spiritual, physical, and thinking nation. Like you smell, that's the way he blesses us. I'm not preaching, that's just my testimony. But what we want to do is after $37,000 for each store. Worldwide, we can do it. We don't have to do it right there. I'm not telling somebody to say write this check like that. But this is a worldwide effort. And what we want to do is show this. Because once upon a time, what was it? Ireland, there was a family. And the Native Americans of Oklahoma, they put a fund together, right? And blessed them, right? Helped them. And they made it out of it, right? And then 100 years later, Trump was hitting, they're running out. And Ireland put together a couple $1 million to help them. So let us gather together as one. As one. No, not one color, not one nation, just one love. One immigration, one consciousness, one awareness. And that's why they want to step out. Yeah. See what they try to do is step out this seed. We're gonna step it out. They don't know what we got in it. See, the thing is, in order for you to get bread, you gotta break the wheat. Then you gotta you put down that wheat. Now his body becomes strength for all of us.
We ain't weak no more.
Yeah, weak no more. We're strong. But we are
one.
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 Say his name.
George Floyd.
Say his name.
George Floyd.
Say his name.
George Floyd. George Floyd. George Floyd. George Floyd. George Floyd. George Floyd. George Floyd.
Our best opportunity at this moment is is massive success.
I'm such a nerd about like pets. Excuse me. Thank you. Salute, 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 salute. Excuse me. Sorry. It's for the doggy. It's for the dog.
Oh, thank you.
I sound like panting. I'm so sorry.
You don't take water unless it's like painful.
Aw. I felt so sad, bro. I know, it's hot. It's hot.
And we want to stretch this out worldwide. And we're not protesting or protesting to our undeniable right for freedom.
Sorry guys, I kind of showed you the nerd side of me. I do that on purpose. Just so you know. Some water. Yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go. Some water. Aww. All right, you guys, it's getting hot as fudge out here. Right. I'm getting angry. He's gonna get mad. My same sentiment. All right, you guys, my phone is gonna freaking tap out on me. So let me start getting back.
All right, so I'm kind of just oops, I paused it instead of muted it. So yeah, that's some of my coverage. I actually have a lot more. It was in my IG, but of course, as some of you know, I can't even get into my IG because it was reported. But anyway, so that is that's another memorial that was created in the street. And again, you can't go through, you can't leave out. So, I mean, there's a lot of things happening during this time. You see the news crews out there. And I just wanted to kind of just show you guys, you know, the myriad of different people, all ages, all ethnicities out there in support, you know, of this movement at the time, just kind of showing you what's going on, you know, in the atmosphere at that time. And then, you know, what we can do is we can go ahead and open it up for conversation and get some of your thoughts on everything. And that is the picture that you see in the thumbnail. So let me go ahead and invite some guests. Anyone who would like to speak. Then I'm going to make sure I pin it because I know some people, they don't immediately come up. Let's see. Pin the link. All right. That link should be pinned. Yep, it's pinned. So if anyone wants to come through and, you know, talk about it, and discuss whether you are familiar with, you know, the Biden administration, you know, putting into federal law a mandate for police officing, or if you want to broach the question, has justice been served? In my opinion, I feel that we still have a long way to go. And even though this mandate was put in place, I believe that, you know, we may see even more cases like this, where there are rogue police officers that are mishandling people because they feel that they are criminals, etc. So we have the link pinned. If anyone wants to join the discussion or have the conversation, let me see if I can check out some other news articles here. There was a really good one. Okay, Biden to sign police reform executive order on the 2-year anniversary. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Okay, and so this one says Wednesday marks a somber, which is today, of course, changing anniversary for Minneapolis and for America, 2 years since George Floyd was murdered by a police officer. When Derek Chauvin, a white Minneapolis police officer, held his knee for more than 9 minutes on the neck of a black man on the evening of May 25th of 2020, a chain of events that is still felt today was set in motion. Let me check to see. I believe this is Salt, but I'm gonna still use my banner. So, people have been getting crazy, So let me put my overlay up here. Salt,
Hey, good morning, Ellie.
good morning. What's goody?
Yeah, I was just gonna be real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. I believe that there's still ways to go. I still believe that the shit's gonna happen, and I always, when it comes to police officers and everything, and basically their state of mind and how these things keep happening, is I like to refer to that movie with Charlie Sheen and that one chick from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I think it was called The Chase, where he like abducts her at a gas station because he's like a criminal on the run. And the whole movie, they're just in the car and he's trying to outrun the police to get to Mexico. And there's a certain scene that always stuck in my head from that movie. And one of the heavy set cop in the movie, he describes basically like, when you're a police officer, you're around so many criminals for so long, you basically, after a while, you start looking at everybody as a criminal.
Right.
And so, when you're in that state of mind and constantly, like, I imagine it happens with every type of, anything that people go into. Like, you spend a certain amount of time in prison, eventually you're going to start looking at everybody like through the eyes of a predator, because it's like you don't know who the hell is out to get you and who the hell isn't. Same thing with, when people suffer from battle stress, who are in wars and shit. They were in it for so long. It's hard to get rid of something like that. So yeah, if you're a cop and you've been there a certain amount of years, or even if you're a new cop, you hear all the stories and shit from the older ones, and you think to yourself and say to yourself, like, wow, basically this is like the majority of people, because all the majority of people they deal with, yeah, a lot of them have committed crimes and everything. So yeah, it's like I said, a lot of them look at it as like, yeah, everybody's a potential criminal, or at the very least the majority of them I come across have committed a crime. They just haven't been caught for it yet, so let me see if I can catch them. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. And then when you also look at the huge population of black people,
Yeah.
men in the prison system, you automatically, well, not you, but some uneducated would automatically assume that everyone, it has the same kind of background or way of thinking just because they have the same skin color.
Right, exactly. Yeah, if you keep seeing, if somehow you keep coming across the same type of person doing the same type of things, yeah, you're gonna assume, okay, maybe all of them are doing it, or maybe this one isn't doing it, but he's kicking it with somebody who is, so he's basically guilty by association. He's probably not gonna rat out his friend, even though he's not a criminal and whatnot. And it's just, it's just messed up. It always kind of bothered me, and I think I've used this example on a few panels before. It always bothers me, like, because I'm not a fucking criminal. I don't go around committing crimes or anything like that. At least none that I'm aware of. Maybe a couple cyber crimes, but other than that, it's whatever. I don't like the fact that, like, it's gonna be, it goes through my mind, if I get pulled over, that there's a chance something might go down because of something that cop heard of another black man doing or saw another black man doing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, you seen or heard him do that, but you looking at me this way, I don't think that that's fair, because I ain't got no fucking, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got no record like that. And so, yeah, it just seems unfair to me. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. You have a good morning.
All right, you too. Thanks so much for coming through. Is this Mr. Honda?
Yeah, Allie, it is. I've been screaming all night.
Oh, how are you?
Fine. How are you?
I'm very good. I was hoping that you'd actually hit the panel. What are your thoughts?
Okay. My thoughts on this ground earth is nobody understands we're in a spiritual war. Okay. And I'm not going to talk about that right now. I'm going to talk about it, on the spiritual channels. But I'm just saying on this, you know, Salt was right. I'm just saying, you know, Salt is right in, you know, in human form.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Okay, Allie, give me a minute. Salt is right in human form.
Oh, it's
But
okay. No, I understand what you're saying because, you know, because there is a spiritual battle. Like, for example, when you even think about, you know, some of the coverage, even from 2 years ago, um, nobody wants to listen to that. Nobody wants to see that. They prefer to, you know, talk about, well, and definitely, and I won't necessarily say no one, because some people watch the replay, but a lot of people were, you know, talking about another event that happened, but we're going to just stay focused on, you know, George Floyd, you know, events that have taken place. But it's less interesting and entertaining. However, I think that it's so important to continue to remember the history and what happened. And as far as moving forward, what can we expect and what can we do? And is there more to do?
it's much deeper than that, Allie. Do you notice he got killed on 36th Street? That means
38.
3 6s. That means
38. Mm-hmm.
oh, I
Yep.
thought he got killed on 36th Street.
No, 38th and Chicago Avenue.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That New York bomber. I mean, New York. You know that shot 10 people.
Mm-hmm.
They got caught on the subway at 36th Street.
Yeah, this one is different. Yeah, it was
Okay.
38th. Yeah.
You know, I really thought that he got killed on 36th Street.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
My informant must be giving wrong information.
They probably have it just mixed up. It's okay. It's okay. What do you think about the new legislation that President Biden just put into place as far as the federal mandating of police officers on the federal level?
I don't think nothing about it because I know they're gonna do what they got to do, but I think they're running out of power. I'm talking on
Mm.
spiritual realm. He
Mm-hmm.
can't even tie his shoes. You know, they run out of power, and nobody
Mm-hmm.
seems to understand this. They running out of power. You know, everybody's running out of power. The WSs are running out of power, and they, you know, how much money they got. They can't see why they run out of power because
Yeah. So in essence,
God.
you don't feel that it'll make really much of a difference within
Okay,
the U.S.
okay. It's a new world order. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. Well, let's stick to the topic as far as George Floyd. Do you remember where you were when George Floyd
Yeah,
was
I was
murdered?
sitting on my my day room on
Mm-hmm.
the loft, and I was talking to my mother, and I said, "Mama, turn on the news because these people. I mean, this man is stepping on this guy's neck." And I remember what I was at,
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah.
know, and my husband was still alive then.
Wow.
And
Okay.
you know, Allie, I don't want no sympathy, but
Mm-hmm.
my husband died May 20, 2020, and I just had a revisiting anniversary of him.
Oh, my
And
condolences. Yeah.
um, thank you. I really have not had time to reflect.
Mm. So
You
it's
know
a
what I
very
mean?
sensitive time, especially, you know, with your husband in the same month and same year. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Wow. So you said that he was alive during that time. So this must have happened just a few days after.
Okay. He
Is
was
that
alive during that time,
wow. Wow.
and he died. He died suddenly. You know, nobody knew he was going to die.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't have sickness or illness. He
Mhm.
just died, and and I was trying to reflect on that. And okay, Allie, this is
Yeah.
not my concern.
Mhm.
I just wanted to teach people on a spiritual level that we're
Mhm.
in a different, we, no matter what nobody says, we
Mhm.
are fighting spiritually
Right.
and
Yeah.
principalities,
Mhm.
and, damn the earth, because the earth has no power
Yeah. Well, yeah.
right about now.
The word says our fight is not with flesh and blood, but spiritual wickedness between high and low places. Um, and I mean, we always have to keep that in mind, especially when we're out here on YouTube on the battlefield. So we think, our fight isn't with each other, but the spiritual wickedness, in the world.
Yeah,
Period. Yeah.
yeah. And it just came about, all of a sudden, it
Hmm.
just came about. And I'll talk to you about that later on
Yeah.
on another thing.
Yeah. That's yeah.
Um, I
Hmm.
just wanted everybody to know that just have a great day. You
Right.
know,
Thanks so much for coming through, Miss Rhonda. I really appreciate it. And also sharing, your experience and your story, especially, the loss that you had during that time. I mean, that has to be like completely overwhelming to experience. So, my thoughts and prayers definitely still go out to you because
thank you, thank you.
yeah, no matter how many years goes by, I mean, you still
It's always the
remember.
anniversary.
Hmm.
Um, Thank you, Allie, and God bless you. And
Yeah,
I
you
had
as
one more thing to say,
Yes.
Allie.
Yes.
I scooted back that video that you made yesterday, and
Uh-huh.
you said, um, I
Oh,
scooted
you
back.
you were making fun of me. Yeah, I remember. I
No,
remember. Mhm.
I scooted it back, and you said, I said, Allie, you trying to talk about me as being a
Yeah, yeah,
victimizer.
I was talking. Yep, you're a
That
victimizer.
was so
Yeah,
funny, Allie.
I you be lurking. You be lurking. Where's your next victim for today, Miss Rhonda? I need to know. I need to
That
stay
was
out
so
the
funny,
way.
Ellie. That was so funny. But I don't want to get too far of the conversation. I'm gonna
Uh,
let you go. I'm listening.
all
I love
right,
you.
sounds good. Love you too, sweetheart. Thanks so much for coming through. I
Okay,
appreciate you.
bye.
All right, bye. That was Miss Rhonda, everyone. I think that, just about everyone knows Miss Rhonda. But yeah, I just shared updates for the 2-year, second year anniversary of the George Floyd death. And a lot has happened since that. And so that's why, I wondered, what are other people's thoughts as far as has justice been served? We have all of the four police officers behind bars, um, convicted. And, today, George Biden, signed legislation on the federal level for policing mandates. And I mean, it's a start, but in my opinion, we need more. We definitely need more because that's not to say, let me check my membership. Oh, it probably just expired. That's all. You can redo it, but thanks so much, Ms. Nisa B. But but yeah, so I think that we definitely need more because there'll always be a rogue cop. And I mean, I'm hoping that it will reduce the amount of times that we have to turn on the news and see some of our, black and brown brothers and sisters being mishandled, mistreated, and also murdered by the police, people who are supposed to serve and protect the, uh, us as a whole, no matter color, creed, religion, etc. And will we ever get that? Probably not, because humans we err and we make stupid decisions. Even the decision to hire certain people, hire certain police officers, and also train them. So it's definitely not foolproof at all. This legislation, it's a start, but I don't think it's the end all be all. I think that more should and can be done. And we shouldn't have to wait for a George Floyd to put into place um, a legislation like this. I do have another video. I don't have it on my YouTube channel, unfortunately. Um, I can see if I can get access to it, but it had all of the names of the people who were murdered at the hands of police. And do you know it went half a block? Names, half a block. And, you know, my experience, even as soon as I went to the George Floyd memorial, my first day, it choked me up so much. And I'm not like a crier at all, but it choked me up because it was almost like a spirit was in that vicinity, a spirit of somberness. But, you know, after a while, it was a spirit of, you know, people coming together, people working together. And that pretty much held me together, being in that area and knowing what happened. Also meeting the owner of the Cup Foods. I mean, I met him, you know, a while back anyway, because that's a, you know, corner store that I would go to frequently. But, you know, I took a picture with the owner, etc. And I mean, I knew him for quite some time, actually. So, I mean, he wasn't like new to me. But yeah, that was my experience. And, you know, during that time, Minneapolis was shut down. There was a curfew. And the craziest thing is during that curfew, many people skipped the curfew. I know I went outside. I skipped curfew, and it was crazy. Not in a bad way. It was a whole party in the streets. We were playing music, dancing. People were just, you know, embracing each other, and we had so much fun. And it was really, in essence, celebrating the life as opposed to mourning during that time. During the daytime is when you would see, you know, the square just lit up with a lot of different vendors, everything free, and a lot of people coming together, different organizations. And at nighttime, it was really the celebration of life. And I think that that's definitely what I will take away with me. I'm glad that I have the coverage because it will always help me remember what happened and that it can happen again. And if we don't know our history, we can't prepare for our future. And I think that that's kind of why I go back and look at those videos around this time, just to remember, you know, what happened and where we are as a nation right now, but to also be reminded of all across the world, so many different countries, people standing up against what happened to this one man on 38th and Chicago Avenue in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It was very touching. And I will give you guys an opportunity. We got a few more moments here. Give you guys the opportunity if you want to, you know, share anything. Otherwise, we'll just go ahead and cut this one short. We'll go ahead and cut this one short. Because yeah, I just wanted to share, make sure that I come forth and share and provide some of the coverage that I had taken. And also just remember what happened and how many of us have overcome something from that event. We're not out of the woods yet, though. We're not out of the woods, you know, to answer my own question. Partial justice was served, but we still have a long way to go. We have a long way to go, you guys. So let me go ahead and put some music on. And if you guys have any questions or anything you want to, you know, say, I'll go and just look at some of the people who came through here and everything. and say hello. Let me go all the way up. See if I go all the way up. Okay, Miss Rhonda, Sinister Salt, thanks so much for gracing the panel. Cheryl Burnett, Slappy Slapster, Sour Patch Kid, sorry. Muffy, Liz the Virgo, Vibrant Lowell, Miss Indy, Tarika, Fates Yaya, moderator, Karine Aqua Clara, hello, exclusively me. Let's see. Fifi TV, thanks so much for coming through, my crush. Candy Cane. Let's see. Nappy Child. Nisa B. The Joy Queen. Beverly. Yeah, you remember that? Yeah, it was hot, but I said any chance I was gonna go. I think I went there every single day for probably like 10 plus days straight, every single day. And then I needed a vacation. I needed a vacation after that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. You know how you have a live and you have it planned in a certain way, but I'm just like, oh, can't get all choked up. I was getting all choked up in the beginning. I had to like switch gears a little bit. So that was because it was almost like being there right at that moment all over again. And also remembering the somber times and also the good times and the celebration of life. And yeah, overall, I really do hope that more change comes into fruition and more coming together as a people, as a nation. Yeah. We're gonna let the music play a little bit, and then we're gonna sign off. But thank you all so much for coming. Because you know what? If you were not here, I would be talking to myself. So thank you so much for those who came, those who cared and shared this live and participated, just came through and dropped through and said hi and showed the girls some love. And also some of the newer people that didn't know me back in 2020, you know, kind of checking out and seeing what I was doing back then. Because a lot of y'all know I ain't new to this. I'm true to it. But I thank you all again. Thank you so much for coming through. Chat later. Adios.